I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. It's that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posting with my
Well, the humidity's still a factor on this fall afternoon, but no rain in the forecast. That's the good news as you look inside Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's Duuval. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. And they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man, Dell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. Up the middle, Achane. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run, Achane. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good 1st step.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Point after try forthcoming. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Jaguars 0. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
Take right open.
Thomas, the man in motion left.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
11. Hey, go.
ETN up the middle.
And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Kill. Hey, Lion. 11. Silver.
Lawrence will throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down. They needed 3, he doubled that, he got 6. The Jaguars sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
11, Hey, I'm going.
Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey. Hey, kill. Loose.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man, it's Thornton.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43.
The 20, down to the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
7-7, our score after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. The try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
30 left. Go, go. Go, go, let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Take right open, open.
Now Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something, when you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
this one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Hey, kill.
Now Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
11.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Lawrence to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Red on red.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
11. Go. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The rookie from Texas looking sharp on that throw. He gets his guys a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And remember, here on a miss, this is a live football. He's past the 30. And he will get this into enemy territory. A great return there on the missed field goal.
Got it. Ready? Hey, go, go.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Hey, Lion, Silver.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
11, Agate. Hey, smash. Hey, I'm gun.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Rip, 23. 13, Luke. Silver.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, escaping the pressure right.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Room here to run.
Jalen Waddle.
And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Powering his way forward.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing again on second down.
Lawrence. Throw finding Thornton over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46.
Let's go. Take right open.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And in the second half of a tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
Second and 10.
Big 13 heavy. Here we go.
A shotgun snap and again the ETN.
And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 38.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
They'll run with ETN.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Slot man moves right.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Jake Ferguson.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally, he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They go play action here on first down.
The swing thrown underneath to Achane.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
In motion right, that's Dell. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. And they'll go with the ground attack here.
And that one's going to be slowed up before it can really get going. Good work defensively to read the trickery and make the stop. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Waddle, the motion man right. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, it's Achane.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo play, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. If that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Go. 11, Agate.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
13 loose. Sink right. 30 left. Go, go.
Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Great job.
Lawrence. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Easy, 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 easy. Hey, Ron.
Lawrence giving to ETN here on the option. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. So that'll be no better than an incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Going for it, here's ETN. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the foot. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges for the remainder of this ball game.
Go, go, let's go. Take right open, open. Hey, kill.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. ETN. is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This is 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Caught left side. Here's Dell. This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Achane is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
They'll look to run with Algier. And he's not going to get in. They stopped him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And it's looking like the Jags are going to win this football game. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. How about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So this is where a defense can really pin back its ears, bring it all, sell out to stop the run. This time, it'll earn them 2 points.
They definitely guessed right here. A run blitz all the way, and that's a bad feeling for a running back when he knows he's got to at least get it over the goal line. But all he sees are opposing jerseys.
Oh, he shifts past him.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.